What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're going to be doing a little tutorial on how to make your game look better. This game being as good as it is, we want it to look as best as we possibly can, right? So I'm going to show y'all how to do that. See, this right here is vanilla. This looks like the base game, you know, base colors, everything. Make it look from a vanilla BeamNG to a very decently modded looking BeamNG. Now, you don't have to have any mods for this. There's no mods required, no plugins, cheats, none of that. This is all within the game itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press the F11 key on my keyboard, and it brings you to this screen here. Now, you have a lot of stuff going on here, and y'all probably like, what in the heck? If you're new, I'm just going to base it as you're a new person that doesn't know how to use F11. And you're looking at this, you're like, okay, what the heck is all this? What is all this stuff? Blue Sky, Matte, Portal 5, Grid 1512. What is all that? None of that really matters. That's pretty much stuff within the server. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you got to go into to get your graphics to look better. So if you don't have it on there already, what I advise you do is go to Window and go to Scene Tree. You want to click on that, and this is gonna pop up. Also, ignore my frames. I don't know why they're pretty garbage right now, but we're gonna forget that. I'm gonna go into the search text, and you want to type in Sunsky, and then this is going to pop up right here. This is the pretty much the bread and butter of making your game look better on BeamNG. So when you click on that, it's gonna bring you these various options here. Now you have a decent amount of them. So at first when you see this, you're gonna be very confused, like I was. But once you get used to it, you'll get very familiar with all of the options that you can do here. So you see sky brightness right here. This pretty much controls how bright the sky is. Obviously, you know, not rocket science to know that. So if I turn this down to, like, let's say maybe 20, right, then the sky is going to be a little more dim, and it's going to kind of hue it in a little bit more and make the game look better, right? That's another thing to take in mind. You can kind of play with this. Do not go off of my settings. I'm going to let y'all all know that right now. Do not go off of my settings in this video, because every map varies, and you just got to kind of play with it. You know, each map is going to be different. All the vanilla maps are basically the same though, but each map you're going to have to change. Like the modded maps, each modded map may be different. So when you go into F11, change it on your own call. I'm just going to show you what to do so you can go and do it in the F11 menu, and you can adjust it to how you like. You got sky brightness. This is pretty much the main setting that you'll be using for the sky to look better and more clear. As you've seen, when it was set on 40, it's too bright, and that's base vanilla game how it looks. We don't want that. We want it to look a bit darker, so I'm gonna put it down to 20. If you put it down any more than that, it may look kind of funny. Like, say if I put it on 10, then you see it's a little too dark, you know, it doesn't look right. So I think 20 is like that good base for the skybox. Now this option is not really noticeable. You can do it, but you don't really notice it. You got another option right here that says colorize amount, and that's pretty much helps the colorize option to kind of pop a little bit. Relay scattering, you want to set that to 001. As you can see, it looks still a little too dark. Change that with the brightness, the sky brightness. Again, we're going to be playing with these options a lot to get it just right. As you can see right here, now it looks a little bit better. The sky looks a little bit more blue, you know. You can change this. This is pretty much like underneath surfaces, like say underneath that tunnel or something. Then you can change it. You can change the color of it. You know, it's going to be brighter or darker depending on what you want it to be. The sun scale, fog, I don't touch the fog. The fog isn't really something to deal with. It's something to mess with, because most of the time you're probably going to take the fog off anyways. So let's go back to sun scale. And where is the sun actually? The sun is directly above us. So as you can see, the sun is a little bit too bright. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the sun size. You can also play with this too. If the sun is too bright or it's too big and it's shining way too bright, you can change the size of it. So let's go ahead and change it to like 0. Let's see, 450. Then it makes the sun smaller, and it really helps the game look better because you can see more instead of a bright sun blinding you. If you go down to exposure, that doesn't do too much, but sometimes I like to put it on 2. It just depends on what map I'm on. As you can see right there, it brightened the game up a little bit, as you noticed. So you know, it makes the game look a little bit more lively. Brightness. Now this is just the regular in-game brightness. Now our game is a little too dark right now, so we want to brighten it up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to put it on 3. Now as you can see, the game is a lot brighter, as if like the sun would shine down on your car in real life and it'd be very bright. That's how it looks right now. Sun flare. We go to the sun flare, we're going to change it to example 2. Kind of brighten up the sun a little bit as well, but also keep the decent size that you changed up here. That's going to be very helpful, you know, within certain times in day. Now if you go down here to text size, this is basically your shadows. This is your shadows resolution. I always set this to 2048 because it makes the shadows look a lot more clear. And then you want to go to log weight, and you want to put this on 990. Once again, it also clears up the shadows a little bit more. Then the over dark factor, you want to put this from 40,000 to 100,000. And then you're going to put this from 8,000 to 10,000. Then you're going to put this from 5,000 to 10,000. And that just makes your shadows and everything look a lot more clear, a lot more realistic looking. You know, it's the shadow, you can see the shadow right there is a lot more clear. The whole game is starting to look very clear, if y'all noticing already. I'm going to actually turn my brightness up just a little bit because it's still looking a little bit too dark. I'm going to put it back on 40 as how the vanilla game said it was, and it looks a little bit better now. I actually forgot you can change the color of the sun. So we are in a canyon right now. So I just realized we can change the sun to where it shines orange. I'm going to put it on orange, like a little hue of orange is there. Like that right there. I like that. That's very nice. Like a little bit gold. Okay. So now that I just changed that. So now we're going to leave that alone. So again, y'all got to play with it, man. Y'all, it's just all about playing with this. You know, you just got to find the right setting that suits you best. Again, like my text is, I mean, not my text, but my settings are not going to fit completely what y'all are wanting. We're going to turn this down to 30. And boom, it's a little bit more blue. Now it looks a little more realistic now. Tell you about daytime. Nighttime, I still gotta dial that in. I might do an updated video on nighttime. Okay, so another thing you may possibly want to change in BeamNG to make your game look better is clouds. So in the search text, you want to search cloud. Do not put clouds, just put cloud. You're gonna click on clouds 1. So when you click on clouds 1, you have texture. So when you click on that, it's gonna give you various cloud PNGs. So you have this one, which looks like this. But there's actually 2 clouds. I need to delete one. Now one of these we're gonna have to delete. Sometimes, okay, see, look, clouds and test clouds. What you want to delete is test clouds. We don't need this, so let's get rid of it. So boom, we don't need that. So now that we got rid of that, now we have a more better sky that we can handle on our own. We can put our own clouds in the sky. As you can see, there's various clouds in the sky right now. So you have this one, and they're all different. That's the craziest thing about this. Like, they're all randomized. You got other strands of clouds, like you got them type of clouds. And you can change this all within the game. A lot of people probably didn't know about this, but this game is so diverse. You have the option to pick on which clouds that you want in the sky. And wants to kind of hate a little bit for me making this video, but there you go right there. And I'm going to change the time of day one more time Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it on here. I'm gonna leave it on this. And then we put roughness all the way over to about right here. Now you're gonna really see the graphics pop on the car. Metallic colors are gonna pop the most on this game. Let's go ahead and take a quick little drive and see how the game looks. I think I'm gonna put like a side-by-side comparison just to show you how different the game really looks. But as you can see right here, we made the game look a lot better just by changing like 3 or 4 different options in the F11 menu. The game looks so much better now. Look how much better it looks. Like, it looks a lot more clear. The shadows are showing a lot better. The color is popping more. The sky looks realistic. The clouds look realistic. The whole game itself, it changes the whole game. And the game looks like something else now. It doesn't look like BeamNG. It looks like another game. It just makes the game look so much better. So, if this was helpful to y'all, let me know in the comment section. I might do more videos about this. That way people kind of get an idea of how to make their game look better. This was kind of something I went and did research on. And then once I figured out how to actually do it, I started doing it myself. Because I just wanted my game to look better. You know, BeamNG doesn't look terrible. You know, there's a lot of other games out there that look completely garbage. But BeamNG could definitely be better. And with these settings, the game 100% is way better. So, if this was helpful to y'all, let me know in the comment section below.